It would be another 3 years until a new REC movie was made. With REC 3 and 4, the two directors of the first two movies split up and helmed the movies separately. REC 3 doesn't really have anything to do with the first movie. The only thing connecting it is the infection. The film is about a different area where the infection is hit and the people it affects. Those people were Koldo and Clara, a happy couple who are getting married. The first 20 minutes switches back and forth between Koldo's cousin Adrian's camera, a professional wedding photographer's footage, and also footage shot from guest phones and own cameras. The film then moves from the wedding to the reception. Adrian's uncle has a bite mark on his hand and progressively looks sicker and sicker and even vomits outside. Adrian then sees people in hazmat suits in a police car outside. When inside, Adrian's uncle falls off the edge of the balcony and lands on a table. Someone goes over to check on him and he attacks her. Then two other zombies jump out and start attacking people. Koldo destroys the professional photographer's camera, and then the movie switches from found footage into a traditionally shot movie. The problem I have with this is that it really makes you wonder what the point in starting the film found footage was if they're not gonna finish it that way. Also after that, this film kind of just becomes your standard zombie movie. The thing that made the first two REC movies terrifying was how claustrophobic you felt. Because you were seeing things from the perspective of the characters, you felt like you were a part of things, and because of this, everything was much scarier and tenser. But in this film, there is a strong disconnect. You no longer feel like you are a part of the film, and it doesn't end up being scary. Like, this film isn't scary at all. But does that mean it's a bad movie? No, I wouldn't say it's bad. There's definitely a lot more I liked about it than disliked. The film trades scares in for fun and exciting scenes, which, yeah, it doesn't make it as good as the first two movies, but makes it stand out by itself. This film is a very different film from the original, and I think that was the intention. And for what it does, I did really enjoy it. There were a few really tense moments and a few moments that, although I didn't find scary, I did think looked really cool. The film also does a really good job of making you care about the two main characters. You wanted them to find each other after being separated, but at the same time, these are the only characters you really care about. Every other character is incredibly uninteresting and disposable. Even the priest, who has a huge effect in the film, doesn't really seem that interesting. The film explains the origins of the zombies in the series as being demonic, the souls of the evil who couldn't fit into heaven escaping and inhabiting people's bodies. It's definitely an interesting idea, but I think it did take away from the mystery that the first two movies really had. They hinted at the zombies' origins without fully explaining it. Not explaining every little bit actually made the zombies more mysterious and in the end, much creepier. The biggest problem that I and a lot of people have with this film is how it really lacks the seriousness and creepy qualities that the first two movies had. The first two movies were absolutely terrifying because there was never a silly moment, it was dark all throughout. This movie seems to be trying to be a self-aware dark comedy at times. And there are so many stupid moments that just made me shake my head in disapproval. But if you ignore all that and just try and enjoy the movie for what it is, you may find yourself having a really good time. It's fast-paced, exciting, and has some fantastic gore effects. Although the mass zombie killing spree that I wanted to see didn't happen until the last 10 minutes. Shut your brain off and you may enjoy this movie. I definitely enjoyed it when I tried to disconnect myself from the fact I was watching a sequel to REC. But honestly, that shouldn't be something you have to do. You should be able to enjoy the new directions it's taking and embrace the movie for what it is. But I just couldn't help but feel that everything that I loved about the first two movies was gone. It's by no means terrible and definitely worth watching if you're a fan of zombies, but overall it's just not as good as the other two. I give REC 3 Genesis a 7 out of 10. Hi guys, thanks for watching that video. You may have noticed that there were a few little bit of differences, like this outro now here, and there's a few editing differences here and there because I'm actually moving on to Adobe Premiere from Sony Vegas. I wanted to change my editing process because things were getting kind of repetitive, and Adobe Premiere allows me to do much more anyway, so there's going to be a lot of visual changes and stuff like that. And you may notice that things may be a bit off, like there may be a few editing problems here and there. That's literally just me getting to know this new program that I haven't really used before, so I apologize for that, but hopefully it means I'll be having much better edited videos in the future. So yeah, and this sort of outro will be on every single video from now on. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.